tournament, the Value Jet preseason tournament after the Naija Super 8 won by My Sports in Lagos. We'll be right back. Remember, we're live on Facebook, facebook.com/Solutions939FM, facebook.com/Solutions939FM, same as YouTube, Solutions939FM. Do not move a muscle. Starting with tennis this morning, and in the WTA category, Marketa Vondrousova must follow the example of Elena Rybakina to ensure her shock Wimbledon success results in becoming a top 10 regular. According to Marion Bartoli, the 24-year-old became the first unseeded player to win the women's singles at Wimbledon with a shock straight-set victory over favourite Ons Jabeur in the final. Vondrousova had previously reached the French Open final 4 years ago, but had endured a tumultuous period since due to injuries in inconsistent form, while grass was seen as her weakest surface. Well, let everybody always see you as somebody that can bring out results, right? But now moving on from that this morning, let's talk about Djokovic. And Novak Djokovic will remain a force at the top of men's tennis despite the disruption to his dominance that has been caused by Carlo Alcaraz. That is the view of former Wimbledon champion Marion Bartoli after the Serbian missed out on a fifth consecutive title, which would have been a record equaling 8 overall at the All England Club on Sunday. Now let's also look at this favor. If you think, yes, you are the GOAT, the GOAT, there's one baby goat at the end that will soon become a GOAT. But for Novak Djokovic, looking at his statement on Sunday night, he gave credit to Carlo Alcaraz, meaning to the young ones out there, you can do it. All you need to do is to find something that motivates you, look at what you want to do, get a plan, copy, and bring up something different from what you are copying. Something positive that you are copying. I'm just standing. I told you that I'm going to do something different today.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so let's move on this morning. Let's move away from tennis and let us talk NBA.
Well, it's all about apologies in the NBA as Charlotte Nets forward Miles Bridges apologized on Tuesday for the pain and embarrassment caused after a domestic violence investigation kept him out of the league last season. Bridges, speaking publicly for the first time since signing a one-year, $7.9 million contract to return to the Nets, vowed to rebuild relationships with teammates and become more active in the Charlotte community.
Well, remember, pleaded no contest in November to felony charge that stemmed from accusations that he assaulted the mother of his children in front of them. Bridges, 25, was sentenced to 3 years of probation. We've seen different stories concerning sportsmen, being charged for assault. We know that of Mason Greenwood of Manchester United, Mendy of Manchester City, former Manchester United man Ryan Giggs, and the likes. But hey, wherever you find yourself, these women, they are soft. You don't have to.
I really understand that Oladapo Kutbi wants to do something different this morning. Please
treat them well.
Don't do that. Let's go to Formula One.
Okay, let's drive.
Let's drive this
morning.
morning.
My Maserati.
All right. Christian Horner has explained that the reasons behind Daniel Ricciardo's return to Formula One in place of Nick de Vries at Alpha Tauri. News broke 2 days after the British Grand Prix that Ricciardo would make a surprise mid-season return after sitting out the opening 10 races of 2023 season, having lost a seat at McLaren. The Australian was in the middle of a tyre test at Silverstone when De Vries was told he would not drive the Alpha Tauri from this weekend Hungarian Grand Prix?
Well, looking at Daniel Ricciardo, this is a man. I mean, you will never forget his name in tennis. Making a comeback. Let's see if this can also help the team. But moving away from that, let's go straight to the second half of the show where we talk football. So, Boye came to the newsroom yesterday and was saying, the money that they are putting on Victor Osimhen, that this money is great, but we just hope that they can invest with it. And yes, I said he hopes they don't break his leg if we have a player going for that amount of money.
I was even surprised that he chose to stay at Napoli. Because as someone was talking about his value, yes, he actually performed well last season. I mean, what is he going to bring to the table with this amount of money? Will he continue in the same form,
my dear,
or is going to drop?
Favor.
That is it's possible, though. They can break his leg, but he himself, can he actually
let's talk
like
about
he did last season?
Look at Victor Osimhen, what he did in the French League on, coming to Italian Serie A.
I get.
What we need to what he needs to pray against is injuries or form. There's some players that you see them in great form and, going to the next season. They may not even be injured. They will just be off.
That's what I'm saying. Like, can he actually be the same Victor Osimhen that we saw last season?
That's what he needs to do because, Victor Osimhen has been given break. For some extra week.
I just hope that he does fantastically well this season. Favor. I don't want to be disappointed.
Favor.
Yeah?
You like money. I know you are calling Osimhen your baby.
Is money
is yet to buy Maserati.
Money
but I have my own Maserati in the studio here.
Something billion.
We'll talk about that after this.
Yeah. All I get a great baby. Let's hop in my Maserati, baby, hop in my Maserati. I said hop in my Maserati, hop in my Maserati. Girl, I wanna see you go down. Yeah. Say me, I love the way you bend body. Hop in my Maserati, baby, hop in my Maserati. And I just wanna see you ride. Somebody needs somebody. My body, your body. I'm gonna check my quality. Somebody needs somebody. My body, your body. I'm gonna check my quality. Would somebody tell Shawty what to call me? Show me. I'm Mr. Keep it on 100. Girl, I'm ready if you're ready. Last get it to Yankee for this pandemic. Girl, I get it all on me. I wanna spend it. I fit to be your garment. Me, I wanna wear it for real. I got it, take the car keys. For the Maserati, you get nothing. For the Lamborghini, you won't give. For the Bentley, you go bend it. Oh, baby, choose what you wanna cruise in. I buy you shoes, probably Jimmy Choo. Yeah. And I like the way I get it out. So make you up in my Maserati. Baby, up in my Maserati.
Well, all I hear Davido Maserati remix. And, remember this particular song, gave Olakira something never expected, a Maserati car. So, Favor, don't worry. If Victor Osimhen at the end of the day, buys a Maserati and drive down to Ibadan.
I don't even look. I'm not even interested because now that petrol is expensive, how do I want to maintain it?
Don't worry.
Will you give me maintenance?
Don't worry.
All
we
you
use
just
gas.
do for me is to set up my studio. I'll be fine.
Oh.
Yes. I don't want the Maserati.
Wait.
Yes.
Favor, so you are expect? Okay, now I get.
Yes.
You need somebody to sponsor you.
Yes, set up my studio and I'll be fine because petrol is expensive now. I'd rather take transport fare and the likes of it like that. If you want to give me a car, give me something that I can manage.
Like,
I'll not go. I don't want to talk about cars.
Okay, you want bicycle?
You also
or
need bicycle.
motorcycle?
And they are good motorcycles as long as they're power bikes. No problem. I'll buy
I love that.
Yeah.
Favor the power bike. Yes. Okay, let's talk about ladies with power this morning. You've got the power. And let's go straight to FIFA Women's World Cup kicking off tomorrow. And let us see what is happening from different the women's national team, not female women's national team. Why did I say that? Okay, let's start with England.
All right, England star Lucy Bronze says the bonus row with the Football Association has not been a distraction either of the Women's World Cup. Bronze says the team feels very empowered after they issued a collective statement on Tuesday in which they said they were disappointed that no resolution has been found with the FA over tournament bonuses and commercial structures ahead of the tournament.
Well, the announcement from the Lionesses came just 5 days before their tournament to open against Haiti on Saturday in Brisbane. But Bronze is adamant the team is fully focused on delivering on the pitch. Anamebi, Super Falcons captain, remember 2 weeks ago, also said that there's nothing, that relates to different rumors saying that the Super Falcons were going to boycott the World Cup because of bonus rule. However, the FIFA president Gianni Infantino said on the eve of the Women's World Cup that although FIFA has, for the first time, started marking prize money payments to be paid to players, FIFA will still distribute money to federations rather than oversee direct payments to players.
This is a very, very big mistake.
Well, that is from you. FIFA has a plan. The world governing body of soccer announced in June that every player competing in the tournament will be paid at least $30,000 by FIFA, and they are guaranteeing prize money for players. But Infantino said Wednesday showing such payments go directly to the players isn't feasible. Rather, prize money will still be paid to federations, but now FIFA is asking a portion of that money to go to players. I feel like you said maybe wrong. What those players want is pay us our money directly. But you cannot pay. Let's also look at it. You cannot pay the players directly in as much as they have the Football Federation. This is different from, you are representing a nation, right? At every tournament organized by the World Football Governing Body. There is a governing body for every country, right? So it needs to go through that governing, the country's governing, football governing body.
Do you know why I said it's a big mistake?
Why?
Before the tournament, these players have been complaining that their federation, their body, whatever, has not been giving them what they need. And now you're saying you want to take it through the same bodies that they're complaining about. Why not just ask and then pay directly, and then we know that it's over? And then I'm sure that there will be some cuts from that same amount of money before it gets to these players. Let's go on a commercial break. We'll talk more about it.
I was planning
yes,
to
you wanted to come and give me. Don't give me report.
Okay, guys, we'll be right back.
John,
What's up?
check your phone. I just send you Momo referral.
My mama don't run that one for me since now. Me say for the find who I go refer, make a quick hammer my million.
Hey, you too fit be one of the 12 millionaires for the Momo Refer and Win promo. To win, dial star 671 hash to sharply open your Momo account and select option 6 to refer family and friends them. After that, make sure say them open Momo account and use them recharge airtime or data at least 100 naira. Chicken, the more people where you refer, the more you go win. If you not see out of 12 million naira every week, you fit to chop out of 25 million naira.
Momo Refer and Win promo. The more you refer, the more you win. Promo go run from June 15 till August 9, 2023. Terms and conditions they shall.
Mommy!
Yes, daughter?
Why is it that almost everyone in my school comes with small candies and biscuits? I just want to know.
Yes, darling. It's because Sumal food is amazing and simply the best.
Yes, mommy. Even the Sumal wafers and the chewing gum that you've always given to us are extremely delicious and captivating.
Hello, everyone. Here's your bread. Of course, it's yellow bread.
Wow!
Thanks, my dear. We always enjoy Jolly bread. For your biscuits, wafers, candies, chewing gum, and bread.
Sumal Foods, love at first bite.
Sumal Foods, love at first bite.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
we're still discussing Gianni Infantino, the payments from FIFA to the women and the likes of it like that.
Okay, so favor, let me.
Energy someone I wanted to, be.
No. I'm not.
It.
I'm not trying to, go against your thought here, but I just want you to understand here. For example, Nigeria is under African Union. Or okay, let's say African Development Bank (AFDB) wants to give Nigeria money for out of school. Okay, to end out of school children. AFDB will not give Ministry of Education money. They will give the federal government. The federal government will now
give it to. I understand the protocol.
So that is it. That is what FIFA is saying here.
No.
So, for example, okay, see what happened some years ago when Nigeria won the African Women's Cup of Nations. They gave the players the trophy. The players got to Nigeria. They seized the trophy. They said they will not give the trophy unless they pay their match bonus.
And now
I am not saying. So the federation is in connection with FIFA. So you pay the federation, then the federation disburses money to the players. The federation invited the players. The federation is paying the coaches, paying the players match bonuses. So they are not dealing directly with the players.
By the time the FIFA Women's World Cup ends, I know I'm going to hear a lot of drama from this payment. We are going to hear a lot of things.
And it won't be only from Nigeria.
It's going to be from all the players because they're already complaining.
That's just it. But I also feel like this is going to start a different revolution in football. Remember, the only time we have the male football teams complain is either maybe while they are preparing, not even going to the tournament. You understand what I'm saying here? Meaning, the football federations, FIFA itself, see male football tournament as a selling point than women football tournament.
It's even very obvious in the page.
With what we are seeing here. So we are all campaigning, treat all players equally. Favor can now be happy. You can now smile to the camera. All right, well, remember, guys, we're live on Facebook, facebook.com/Solutions939FM, YouTube, Solutions939FM. Shout out to Shegun Afolabi, Oluyemi, Aremo Orasaking, Ojoyeni. Now, let's go straight to USA.
Well, United States women's national team forward Sophia Smith said that everything she and defender Naomi Grima were doing at this World Cup will be in memory of former Stanford teammate Katie Meyer. Meyer, who alongside with Smith and Grima was part of Stanford University National Championship winning soccer team in 2019, committed suicide back in March of 2022.
The subsequent impact on a family as well as Stanford community has been devastating and far-reaching. Various parents, Steve and Gina, are attempting to get colleges to adopt a policy called Katie Save, where college students can opt for trusted adult designated advocate to receive notice and provide support when they need it the most. Okay, now moving away from that, let us talk.
Astounding victory.
Friendly games, goals considered, goals scored, and we start with German Bundesliga side Bayern Munich.
All right, they started their preseason in style on Tuesday with a 27-0 win over FC Rothschild Eggern in a turn-off game against the ninth-tier German side. Well, obviously 27-0, not so popular. So let's just leave it at that because 27-0.
It's not popular.
No.
Very popular.
It's not popular. This is going to make them popular because this scoreline is very outrageous and it's very, very.
This is not the first time that Bayern will be scoring over 20 goals.
I understand.
In one game.
I understand, but 27-0 over what's the name again? FC Rothschild Eggern. Let's go forward.
It's a ninth-tier German side.
4 players.
I said German. Bayern has scored 23-0.
Yeah, this is an
before.
This is what we are looking at. Bayern Munich is ready for a season 27-23. That's 5 points.
So you have scored all the goals you want to score.
Scored all the goals you want to score. So when you get to the real tournament, let us see this performance. Well, Let's continue.
And part of the goal scorers, Sadio Mane, whom we've been talking about, that may likely leave Bayern, also was part of the goal scorers yesterday. Now let's talk about Lionel Messi preparation for the MLS season.
Well, it remains on track to make his Inter Miami debut on Friday after coming through his first official training session with the MLS club on Tuesday. Miami has long targeted Friday's League Cup opener against Mexican side Cruz Azul for the Argentine superstar to make his first appearance following his blockbuster move to South Florida.
Well, we also get an update that Jordi Alba will be joining Lionel Messi in the MLS after Sergio Busquets was unveiled alongside Lionel Messi over the weekend. Jordi Alba is close to joining his former Barcelona teammates, Lionel Messi and Sergio Busquets, at Inter Miami. That is coming from MLS club's owner, Jorge Mars. Meanwhile, the club is trying to reach a deal with the fourth former Barca teammate, Gremio striker Luis Suarez, as he and the Brazilian side angle over an exit fee. Now let's talk about more transfer stories on the show this morning. Okay, welcome back. Let us start with updates concerning Onana. What remember yesterday, Onana was confirmed as a Manchester United player after agreeing, to the deal, and we should have had his medicals yesterday. But remember, this man made it clear it is Manchester United or no club. But according to updates we got yesterday, there's agreed personal terms. Manchester United also agreed, and everybody's good. But now let's go straight to Liverpool this morning, as they have different stories concerning them.
Well, Liverpool offered Kimmich, Al Hilal interested in Diaz. Manchester United agreed term with Odeland. Is that Odeland?
Okay, so let's start here. Where Liverpool are facing further disruption from Saudi Pro League, with Al Hilal interested in signing Luis Diaz. Liverpool's midfield rebuild could be given a further boost with the opportunity to sign Bayern Munich's Joshua Kimmich. Now they need to bolster their midfield. They are also getting more updates. Remember, Henderson open to moving to Saudi Pro League, joining Al Ettifaq's side, managed by Steven Gerrard, and Fabinho also heading to that end. Newcastle United are also close to agreeing a deal for Harvey Barnes at Leicester, as Leicester prepare to travel to Thailand tomorrow. For Newcastle United, they're playing on the continent, right? They need to get players to join their squad. Now let's talk about Jane Henderson.
Well, he is set to join Man United on their pre-season tour of the United States after Nottingham Forest attempted to negotiate another loan deal for the goalkeeper. Meanwhile, Aston Villa have made a second offer for Bayer Leverkusen winger Moussa Diaby. It's understood the worth of about 50 million pounds. That's 42.9 million pounds.
No,
50 million euros, 42.9 million pounds.
I'm just looking at, for Moussa Diaby coming to England from the German Bundesliga, teams are cashing out here. So favor.
It would have favored Onana more.
Onana. Okay, so Victory was talking about. Okay, he mentioned Onana yesterday. Like Onana.
Onana, my God! I told you yesterday that Victory cannot do it.
Victory can do it. Come on, Victory, if you're listening right now, very soon you also come here, present sports. Don't mind favor.
No, this guy was talking.
Favor, you always say that don't do what I cannot do.
This guy was talking Wura on sports.
When was that?
The time he went around.
Okay. Okay. All right, Manchester United are close to reaching an agreement to sell Alex Telles to Al Nassr. The 30-year-old moved to Old Trafford from Porto in October 2020, but has been unable to usurp first-choice left-back Luke Shaw. Come on. You cannot drop Omonili for a player from another side. But now Eddie Howe confirmed Alex Ascent-Maximin is in discussion regarding a move to another club following Newcastle United's 2-1 win over Rangers at Ibrox. The forward was missing from the squad, which travelled to Glasgow, Scotland. Amid speculations he could leave the club this summer, just like how I'm going to leave the show this summer. Yes, Tottenham lost their preseason game yesterday.
He paid me for them.
Okay. The way Postecoglou is starting his reign in Tottenham Hotspur, it has this one hand inside. Okay. Alpha Banisha, thank you very much for joining us. I just Shakwa Idris. Thank you so much, Shegun Afolabi. Thank you so much, guys. We have to move to the other side of the show this morning, right? Favor Lawrence, all I see here. Like I said. Yeah. Also, Favor, so I told you, there's something behind this move this morning.
All right.
We discussed this after the end of the show.
I'm still in the mood of the dun.
Oh, so why did you post that video, Favor?
Come on! I needed to post
because
it.
you were the one that sent us a message yesterday about the increase in fuel pump price. So how did you get to him yesterday?
I got him the normal way. I couldn't track. But honestly, everything just spiked a bit. I saw a lot of people, going to filling stations, panic buying, and the likes of it like that. Some people speculating 700 naira per liter. Then later on during the day, I had 617. Although in some northern parts of the country, I saw 620 per liter.
But
I would give.
How much is the take home of a civil servant in those countries?
As much as I want to say it, we are looking forward to 200,000 naira increase very soon, according to what is the speculation. Let's talk about it.
Nigerians are lonely at the top. My name is Olada Kwakunobi. Catch you guys tomorrow.
It's me at the top. Money on my mind. Don't care what they yarning about me in particular. Out here on the road chasing my dream because I know I'm chasing for me. Ololola de mangbo malo, orokoto idishoma. If you want to let Jack come alone, you can find anybody na money I want. But they hear what people they do. Want to get a shakeleti love. See love when I want to get another one. I go take and do waiting I love, waiting you love. Oh, no be waiting I love. Oh, waiting I love. I go do what we don't like. Oh, go vodka. Mr. Money Ginger. But when I know the ways that Mr. Money Ginger. Just carry on, there be no time. Bad boy day, me I dey fine. And at the same time, me I dey high. But to the top, stand out, calm down. You go dey fine like fine wine, no decline. Say about it, extraordinary things. Show me love, I go show you more. Obo sheshe, Omo you don't take ya. Shirikele, move for fire, yeah. Lola de mangbo molo, orokoto idishomolo. If you want to let Jack come alone, you can find anybody na money I want. But they hear what people they do. Want to get a shakeleti love. See love when I want to get another one. I go take and do waiting I love, waiting you love. Oh, baby waiting I love. Oh, waiting I love. I go do what we don't like. Oh, go be vodka. Mr. Money Ginger. But when I know the ways that Mr. Money Ginger.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ nílùú Ìbàdàn. Solutions 93.9 FM.
we raise the spotlight on the different headlines of our national dailies.
This government, apart from giving that minimum wage of 30,000, which was a 6% rise.
We bring to you in-depth analysis on the major stories making the rounds.
And the CSOs to INEC account for 400 billion naira spent on general elections.
Interviews with political and government stakeholders.
There was a big push on export. We consume a lot. We need to be an economy that an export engine, and we need to be a production.
Every weekday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on the Remedy Dial, Solutions 93.9 FM. Welcome to From the Dailies with Favor, Dapo, Laffy, and Victory. Let's talk about the state of the nation. Your voice matters.
Okay, every day is another story here in our great country, Nigeria, because, Nigerians, I just say good morning to you, wherever you are listening to Solutions 93.9 FM. My name is Adi Damola Lafenwa. It's my pleasure to welcome you on to From the Daily segment on AM Update. And it's no longer a story. I saw so many people at the queue at the fuel filling stations selling petrol this morning, and we are buying at a very, very unprecedented high rate. I mean, I said earlier on, I said every day with a new story here in Nigeria.
You know, I was about to ask you why sounding so downcast, and then you increased your tempo.
I mean, this is one of the trying times in Nigeria. It's really, to be honest with you, being a Nigerian these days, you deserve an award to be a Nigerian, to be a living Nigerian, surviving through this numerous hurdles that we need to cross on a daily basis. I mean, that's why I say good morning to all Nigerians. If you are a Nigerian listening to me right now and you're still breathing, kudos to you, because this is one of the trying times, one of the hardest times to be a Nigerian. But like we are resilient, we will survive. Just like the song that was released in the year 1980, Nigeria Go Survive. We will survive this. We've survived the worst ones in the past. We will definitely survive this. So let's keep being optimistic.
Well, with that optimism, I say welcome to the second half of the show, AM Update. This morning from the Daily's Corner, we'll take you through the stories making the headlines this morning, as well as, give you an in-depth analysis from our analysts. And of course, you have a chance to lend your own opinion concerning the stories that we'll be taking this morning. Welcome, my name is Favor Olorentola. And honestly, I had to make a joke out of it yesterday, because the first thing that came to my mind was this is, increase in bill payment. A lot of things are going to happen without increase in pay and the likes of it like that. But like Laffy said, we'll all survive.
We will survive it. Okay, I've got the Nigerian Tribune and the Vanguard newspapers with me this morning.
Well, I'll be flipping through the pages of the Nation newspaper and the Punch newspaper. We'd like to say stay tuned and stay glued to your radio set, and also stay glued to your Facebook page, Facebook phone or Facebook app by just staying tuned to Solutions 939 FM. Drop your comment and let us have your own take as well.
looking at the front page of the Nigerian Tribune this morning, let me start from this one that says articles document alleging certificate forgery against Tinubu show inconsistency. APC tells court. That story is on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune. Proposed palliative cash transfers rob the poor to pay the rich. NLC. That story is on page 5. Let passengers undergo BP sugar level check before boarding plane. Reps tell Aviation Ministry. That story is found on page 8 of the Nigerian Tribune. Going to the Banner Airline this morning on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune, it says, Nigerians agonize. NLC kicks as NNPCL sells petrol at 617 naira per litre. And there are some interesting riders under that caption. Let me take them one by one. Unemployment caused by high petrol price will increase mental disorders. Psychiatrist. We are watching. ASU. Fuel price hike at 617 naira will further destroy economy, make naira worthless. Experts. And the last rider says, market forces now determine price of petrol. NNPCL. These stories will be found on pages 4, 6, and 21 of the Nigerian Tribune this morning. NPA, that is Nigerian Port Authority, NPA generated 191.4 billion naira revenue in first half of 2023, remitted 55.7 billion naira to Consolidated Revenue Fund. And there are two stories, there are two pictures rather, on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune this morning. They are showing the long queues at some filling stations in Nigeria. I think the first picture is talking about a particular filling station at Asokoro district in Abuja, and the second picture is showing the NNPC petrol, the filling station NNPC at Ojota in Lagos, with long queues and motorists queuing up to get fuel. That was yesterday. Moving away from that, I have this one saying, trafficking, how Abuja residents rent out 7-month-old babies daily at 3,000 naira for alms begging. Favor, listen to that again. Trafficking, how Abuja residents rent out 7-month-old babies daily at 3,000 naira for alms begging. NAPTIP DG. That story is on page 30 of the Nigerian Tribune. Ocean Surge, Senate to probe 6.5 billion naira shoreline protection contract. The story is on page 5. And the last one I'll be taking from the front page of the Nigerian Tribune this morning says, after public outcry, Tinubu reviews 8,000 naira palliative to 12 million households. And the rider under that says, to unveil complete package for Nigerians. That story will be found on page 23 of the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
All right, from the Punch newspaper this morning, I have, 4 pictures, but they're from Abuja and Lagos. They depict vehicles queuing to get
long queues.
Petrol, and the logo of NNPCL is displayed, and the price is displayed on it as well. But the banner headline here on the Punch newspaper says, NLC TUC lambast Tinubu as fuel it 630 naira per litre, Shaw negotiation. With this written on it, Labour kicks against 8,000 naira palliative, says Tinubu deviated from making Nigeria better. NNPCL defends new pump price, filling station shut, queues resurface in Abuja and Lagos. Well, another story here concerning the palliative, written for page 12. Tinubu backtracks, reviews proposed 8,000 naira cash palliative. And also we have here sustained air attacks on terrorists, commander tells troops. And also there is something on the CBN as it deletes 2,006,098 BDCs in 1 year. And we have this one also, military threatening to demolish 5,000 houses, Ogun communities tell assembly. On page 8, we have troops kill 2 IPOB fighters, arrest 5 in Delta. And finally, from the Punch newspaper this morning, North Central, Southwest, ex-governors may replace Adamu Omishore. That's on page 9 on the Punch newspaper.
Okay, moving away from the Punch newspaper, I'm going to the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this Wednesday morning. And the one I'll take first says, court ask Ecobank to pay Honeywell 72.2 billion naira damages. The story is on page 9. Exchange rate, foreign scholarships to be suspended for 2 years. TED Fund. Okay, the story will be found on page 8. So no more foreign scholarships. It's to be suspended for the next 2 years. TED Fund is saying this due to the high rate of the exchange rate. Okay, this ripple effect is really going somewhere else. Reps to security agencies stop setting vessels with stolen crude oil on fire. That story is on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. Moving to the banner headline this morning on the Vanguard newspaper, it says, anger as petrol eats 568 naira per litre in Lagos, 617 naira in Abuja, others. And there are so many riders under that. Let me take them one after the other. Motorist commuters groan nationwide. Market forces driving up petrol prices, says NNPCL CEO Kyari. Adds no shortfall in petrol supply. NMDPRA blames rising crude prices on freight cost. Ipman worries over fresh rise in price. NLC rejects new pump price, says it's provocative. Adds situation will worsen poverty at cheap in Nigeria. And the last one says local refining only way out. NECA. This story we found on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Subsidy removal. Tinubu orders review of proposed 8,000 naira cash transfer. Plans to unveil FT's palliative package. And the last one I'll be taking. It says anthrax. Stop eating meat from sick animals. NCDC warns Nigerians. I mean, this reminds me of when we were younger. When some of us we had these local fowls then, and once you notice that one of them is getting sick and is about to die, you're about to say "Kuma kusikifa." We'll quickly slaughter it, and but now there's a warning coming to that effect. Anthrax, stop eating meat from sick animals. NCDC warns Nigerians. These and many more stories will be found on the pages of the Vanguard newspaper this Wednesday morning.
Okay, let's move over to the Nation newspaper this morning, where we have Tinubu orders NDLEA to probe killing of 2-year-old baby by operatives in Delta. Well, also Tinubu orders release of grains to 50 million farmers, others, and President directs review of 8,000 naira cash transfer to poor households. Senate seeks immediate action on Ondo ocean surge. Ibrahim motion gets support. And we have this one, market forces driving price of petrol, says Kyari. I have something on that when we get to the burning issue for today. Well, also NNPCL price of petrol will go up and down as prevailing situation dictates. Oyo, Oshun, Kano, others declare holiday for Idra 1445. When I woke up this morning and I was told that there was public holiday, I was like, what's the public?
Oh, you didn't know until this morning?
Until this morning.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because I slept earlier, so I was like, okay, what's really going on? Well, UK agency okays Naira for trade financing. That's on page 7 of the Nation newspaper. Senate, House to probe NNPCL, NDDC, others. Many allegation in focus. Also, CBN asks 2,698 BDCs. Heat wave threatened lives in US, Europe, and NPA targets 50 billion naira revenue. Page 7, page 5 of the Nation newspaper. All right. I mentioned something earlier that I'll be reviewing the prices of petrol.
Petrol, okay.
In some states of Nigeria.
Okay.
And we're taking a close look at the price before President Bola Tinubu took over as president, and also the prices as at yesterday for the increase. Well, July 18th, 2023, we had the price of liter petrol moving 537, that was as yesterday, to 619, that's the range. May 31st, 2023, 195 naira per liter. It moved to 537 naira per liter. In January 2023, a liter was 165 naira per liter, and then it jumped to 185 naira per liter. In December 2022, a liter of petrol was 148 naira per liter and moved to 206 naira per liter, then later on reduced to 165 naira. And October 2023, we had 148 naira per liter, increasing to 178 naira per liter. July 2022, it was 165 naira per liter, moving to 185 naira per liter. Now let's look at the current prices of some northern states in Nigeria. Abuja, it is 617 naira per liter. In Kaduna, 620 naira per liter. In Kano State, it's 620 naira per liter. In Jigawa, it's 620 naira per liter. In Katsina State, it's 620 naira per liter. In Yobe, it's 637 naira per liter. We're talking about this on burning issue for this morning. Mele Kyari also spoke about this, the reason it's jumping up and down, moving high and going low, the determining factors concerning this. And also we'll take another, sound concerning another issue. Please don't move a muscle. It's still Solutions 93.9 FM.
Making sure that the market regulates itself so that prices will go up and sometimes they will come down also, and this is really what we are seeing. In reality, this is how the market works. There's no supply issue completely. It is not a supply. When you go to the market, you buy the product, you come to the market and sell it at its ongoing, its prevailing market price. Nothing to do with supply. We don't have supply issues. There are a robust supply. We have over 32 days of supply in country. That's not a problem. What I know is that the market forces will regulate the market. Prices will go down sometimes it will go up, but there will be stability of supply, and I'm also assuring Nigerians that this is the best way to go forward so that we can adjust prices when market goes. I don't have the details this moment, but I know that our marketing wing acts just like every other company in this business. I know that a number of companies have imported petroleum products today, PMS. So many of them are online. I'm sure my colleague will confirm this. So market forces have started to play. People have started having confidence in the market, and the private sector people are now importing products. But there's no way they can recover their costs if they cannot take market reflective costs.
Okay, that was the sound of the Group Managing Director, NNPCL, that is Mr. Mele Kyari, giving reasons for the new hike in the pump price of petrol, saying that the market forces are responsible for the hike in price. But to talk about this particular issue, which is really trending and affecting every Nigerian at the moment, we have okay, do we have a reaction to that?
Yes, we have a reaction, a cross-section of some respondents in Nigeria who woke up to the price, lamented, and they also, gave their own opinion about this. We'll take this and then we'll talk to our analyst this morning.
Okay.
This business is done with dollar. Remember, the rate of dollar now is in one window. It's not when you have maybe CBA will be giving official rate of 400 and something, and the black market will be something in the region of 700. But today, as I speak, it's over 800 and something, and there is no more second window. Yeah, you know that before now, we have had people using CNG. But Ipman, in our study, we reviewed that this is the only energy that can help this country at a time like this. And that is why we have decided to co-locate it in our various filling stations across all the nooks and crannies of this country. By the time we deploy this energy, life will come back again. You know that this business is done with dollar. Remember.
Right, that was the president of Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Ipman Chinedu Okoronko, who was talking about the increase in petrol price. We've got with us our analyst right here, Olu Omotosho. Comrade, good morning to you. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Good morning to you all in the studio. Good morning. And good morning, Nigeria.
Okay, I said at the beginning of the particular this segment that this is one of the trying times to be one of the toughest times to be Nigerian. I mean, how did you take the new hike in the pump price of petrol when it came in yesterday? What was your reaction to it?
I want to say that it's unfortunate that we are having this, though unfortunate, but it's not unexpected, because when a deregulation policy is put in place, now there's going to be a lot of reaction. There are going to be a lot of action and reactions. And going by the fact that the foreign exchange policy had also been harmonized, where we have just a single window now. It's not as if what you get from government is different from what you get on the parallel market. Now, of course, that definitely is going to tell on, is going to stretch the economy and the demand for foreign exchange. More marketers have been given the license to import their own products themselves now. And that is removing the exclusive right given to NNPC now. Yeah, that of course will increase the demand for foreign exchange. And that's one of the reasons, that's one of the results that we are seeing now, that Naira is further prostrating for the dollars and all that. Now, it's going to be like this for some time, and then there is going to be a downward move, because what is happening now is that we have more people now asking for foreign exchange because they want to bring in their own products themselves. So And of course, NMPC. Don't forget that NMPC had had the exclusive right, and now they are taking it. They are withdrawing from NMPC. So there's going to be a protest from NMPC, which would not be something that we can see physically, but definitely there will be some reaction. There will be some things they are doing, not to make the policy look so seamless, and that's some of the things we are seeing now. But I am telling you, one thing that I know is this hardship that we are getting, the increase in the pump price and all that, will be short-lived, because certainly when more marketers are bringing in their product now, what we begin to see is a price rivalry. We now see people want to sell their product. They want to sell the product they are bringing in, and then they will need to outsmart themselves. They will need to play their card in such a way that to draw more, to pull more customers to themselves. And then the resultant of that will be that prices will begin to go down. Yes, I am confident, not because I'm not in the petroleum industry, I'm not a financial analyst, but I've been in the public space watching how things run, and not only in Nigeria, internationally. These are some of the things. These are some of the things that we see after a major policy change in governance. So. I would just advise, yes, I know it is hard. I know it's difficult. It's hard for everybody, even me, myself. Because now what it means is some places that ordinarily I would have driven my car to, but now I would prefer to go by public transport, or even engage in forced exercise. Because
I was about to say the same thing. Everyone is now walking. Okay, this is how it goes now, because you're going somewhere.
Certainly, that is good for our body.
We are now realizing that.
Yes, that's what they do that keep them fit. Yes. It may look, it's not really funny anyway, but then I would just encourage us, the Nigerians, to bear it for now. At least we bear, there are so many things that we endured in the past 8 years, and we survived it. And one thing I can assure that anybody that survived the last 8 years will survive whatever is coming now.
But the question on the minds of many Nigerians at the moment is, okay, you've given the reasons for this price hike and everything, but the question is this what Nigerians are really expecting? When Buhari was leaving, everybody was praying for a kind of a relief after Buhari's administration. That was why the present administration was voted in to at least to bring a kind of a succor or comfort to Nigerians. But now, hitting the ground running on the first day of this administration, we got ourselves into this. That was when the announcement of the subsidy being removed, and immediately from 195 naira to a litre, the fuel price jumped to 500 naira per litre. And in less than 2 months, we are having another huge increase. When it was moved to 500 naira, the complaints is still on ground. The complaints are still on ground. People are still trying to survive, to at least to adapt to the new pump price. We are still talking about, we've been talking about the palliatives and things to cushion the effect. There was a time the NLC threatened to go on strike, and that they will go to negotiation and everything. We are yet to be done with this. Now another big blow is being thrown in our faces. Nigerians feel we are just being taken for a ride. Is this not a kind of a sign of insensitivity on the part of our leaders?
Yeah, you see, there's something I want to make absolutely clear.
Okay.
Most of analysts, most of us that comment on what is going on in the country, most of us are not are really actually talking and are concerned about relief and good governance, and then delivery of democratic dividends to the people. Now, we don't patronize government at all. But now, having said that, what I want to say is this. there is something that is universal. When there's going to be a change, definitely a change that is going to bring better results to the people, it will come with pain. Yeah, and this is a part of the things that we are getting. Now, I want to believe, and because I know I'm an administrator myself, I'm a business administrator, so I understand some of the things, how things run. Now, when you want to change a policy, you want to change the way things are done in any organization, now, which involves reorganization. Now, you get to a point that you really want to put some things on hold and look at how they operate, how they have been, what advantage and the disadvantages have been recorded using that method before you now evolve a new policy, like a new method of doing things. Now, which is exactly what is happening now. I think what government is doing now is still trying to study the way things have been working before now, and then coming up with another method and another policy to change the way things are done. Now, before we begin to say, like many other analysts, I never spear any government at all when they are not doing what they should do. But I want to believe that right now we still need to give them some time. We are just talking about 2 months that this administration has got it in. And let's see, I said it earlier, we will not spare this government if at the end of the day we discover that what they are doing, is taking us, is deceiving us, telling us they are going to the right and going the other way. Of course, we will take it up with them. But I want to believe that they are still trying to get things right. Yes, it is painful now, and the pain now is being felt by everybody, including myself, including everybody is feeling it. But then let's just give them a benefit of the doubt and see. Let's see if they will be able to get it right. And if it appears as if they are not doing so, we will definitely take them off. And all of what they are telling us, the Buddha-dash they are telling us and all that, is the deception had continued. I just hope it's going to end now, because the rush to commission Dangote refinery before the last administration wound up is a kind of signal that they were telling us that it's going to start work immediately. Now they have done that, and now a single drop of refined fuel cannot be taken out of
I'm very, very happy that you landed on this, because I was about to take you back to your initial comment on foreign exchange, actually. I would like to say I want to commend this administration in a way, because definitely when you begin to see panic buying, you see queues all around filling stations, and it's unending. It never stops, causing traffic. But from yesterday to this point, I have not really seen that kind of disruption in any filling station. But where I'm going to is, you mentioned foreign exchange, right? And you say that most filling stations are now, wanting to import their own, products, so that it's going to cause some kind of, competition in the market, especially for petroleum products. Now, the thing is, you mentioned Dangote Refinery. I was still talking with someone yesterday. For 8 years, we kept hearing that we're going to refine, we're going to refurbish, we're going to make sure that our refineries are working and the likes of it like that. A hope was given to us. Dangote Refinery was rushed into. We haven't gotten, like you said, a single drop of, a product from that refinery. Now, if all of these things had been put in place, this refineries plus Dangote Refinery, are we still going to be talking about this foreign exchange? Because definitely we wouldn't be having foreign exchange, and the prices won't be as high as it is as we speak. Yes,
that's a part of the deception in government in Nigeria that we are talking about. Now, I don't see any need in rushing to deceive us that the Dangote Refinery will be commissioned, when in actual sense it's not ready.
It wasn't
not fully
operational
built, ready
at that
for
operation.
Yeah. Now we have there is another one in Edo, which land had been receiving a crude for refining, and we don't know how far that had gone. Now, that's the reason I am saying that we should just exercise a little more patient, maybe 1 month more or whatever, to see how this government is running, because we're going to start on time. We're going to start right on time to criticize them when we discover that they are they are veering off the track, off the electioneering promises that they made to us. Now, but we just, you see, deception has made it so difficult for Nigerians to really understand when government comes out to say, look, we are going to do this, we are going to do that. Everybody receive it now with skepticism because of the experience that we have had. Now, it's shameful. Now, they want us to believe, and of course, when we look at it critically, yes, we believe, because that refinery is not working, and no other refinery is actually working to the point of easing the kind, meeting the demand, the local demand demand for local consumption of petroleum products. Now, that means they still import. Now, but because now they have allowed other people to source money on their own and then import, their products themselves. Yes, we may want to say, well, maybe those people are still because it takes some time. Of course, they need to sign agreement. They need to put papers right and all that before they begin to bring the products in. So if we give them the space of maybe another month or so, and we are not able to see anything, any difference or any ease on the street, then of course we will begin to let them know that, look, we have given you enough time for you to perform, and that we are not seeing any movement in the direction of our expectation. Then we can take them off from there. But for now, I would just say that we just exercise a little more patience for them, and then to see how they're heading.
Comrade, let's talk about accountability. Yes. Last week, there was a report of a vessel that was burnt. We all saw the story. And I would like to say that a lot of reactions has been, trailing this particular incident. Number one, burning of a vessel that contains that amount of crude oil. Two, there was nothing that indicated that we know who the vessel belonged to, where it was going, how it got to that particular point. And all we just heard was it was burnt down. Accountability. We want to make Nigeria better, and yet we have an indication very glaring to us, no probe into this issue as we speak. Someone said it's a cover-up for some discrepancies, and we want a better Nigeria whereby we're going to have a better, petrol kind of system where we have not so expensive kind of stuff, and still when we have the indication of getting punishment, we don't get it. The judicial system, there is still no trust in this.
You see, there are two sectors. We have there is two divide to this, and I will say those of us at the bottom of the ladder and those at the top. Now, those of us at the bottom of the ladder, more of us want a change from the way things are done. But unfortunately, we do not have the power. Those at the top of the ladder are very few. As a matter of fact, less than 1% of those of us that are at the bottom. But they are so powerful. They are more powerful than the totality of those of us at the bottom of the ladder. And those powerful elements up there, majority of them don't want a change. They want everything to continue as it is now, because that's how they make their gain. And that's the reason, this is the second time that it will be happening, that a vessel will be accosted, a vessel will be intercepted like that and got burned down. Now, we want to ask a question, why burning it down?
Evidence.
Now, that is like destroying an evidence.
With the stolen crude oil in it, wasting the crude oil in it.
Crude oil. Now, why do you destroy it? Now, ordinarily, as a man that is not in government and all that, I would have expected that when the moment that happened, that the vessel be arrested, and then investigation. You open investigation to know how does the vessel got there, who owns the vessels, what's the amount of crude in there, and how did they get the crude in there? And then do the investigation. Well, now that you blew the vessel off, of course, that means you have destroyed the evidence. Because by now, by the time maybe a case is open now, and then they want to find out. Now, question will be arising, do you really have crude there? And how do you know whether you have crude there? Because it is already burnt. Now, how do you know? How will you identify, the registration number of the crude, of the vessel and all that? But they think differently from their thought is different from those of us at the bottom of the ladder. Now, when you talk about accountability, it's such that those who are governing us tell us what they want us to do. They tell us the right thing to do. But their action is telling us do as we say, but not as we do, because they are not willing. Because when we actually get a proper accountability, that means it's going to be an expose. It's going to expose them. We'll get to know more of the rot, more of the ills, more of the evils that they are committing against us. That's the way they don't. But then we are going to get there. Now, everything cannot be perfected in one day. Now, it may not even be perfected with this administration. But I tell you one thing, that this administration, we will not keep quiet until we get something that is better than the past administration that we have. And if we are not able to accomplish everything that we are envisaging, that we are expecting from a government, now, of course, if we are able to accomplish, if we are able to think like 30-40% of the evils of the past administration, then we will carry the others all until we'll carry it over again. We'll carry it forward to the next administration and make sure that gradually like that, we'll get something that is better. We'll get an administration that will give us a resemblance of good governance in this country, but that would take a lot, and that would take a lot of noise. It will take a lot of willing, and it will take a lot of sleepless research for those of us that are actually telling ourselves, that are actually, decided to say, put our lives on the line to make sure that things get better in this country.
Okay, Comrade, just before we let you go, I would like to take you back to the last statement you made when we were talking about the increase in pump price of petrol. You said Nigerians should be patient. We should give the government some time to. But talking about patience, it's giving patience or being patient or giving the government time is not the problem. But as we speak, let's thank God for you and I. There are so many families that have been badly hit ever since we started this on May 29 with this increase in hike when it was moved to 500 naira. Now, I was going through a particular data, last year data 2022, about the biggest oil producers in Africa, crude oil producers in Africa, and Nigeria comes second, coming after Angola as the largest crude oil producer in Africa. Now, it's a glaring indication of Omoeleron Tonjegun. I mean, do we really deserve this kind of treatment? And even if this reformation has to be done, should it be coming at this time? We are yet to adapt to the first price hike. Now another one is coming. Is there no other way that government is thinking, at least to bring relief to people? Must it be always hike and hike and hike? We're talking about hike in the electricity tariff just a few days ago. Now we are having this again. Who knows, before the end of this week or before the coming week, there will be another hike. Is the government not thinking about Nigerians, that these people are suffering? The salaries are not getting increased yet, but we are paying more. I mean, for how long will this patience last to Nigerians? And let's not forget the fact that you and I are the ones on the receiving end. The people in power don't have to queue for fuel. They move in convoys of 20, 30 vehicles, which will be going around with full tanks. At the end of the day, we are the ones suffering. So for how long will Nigerians keep having patience?
I want to say kudos to you, because you just helped me too, because right now you just spoke to the government. Because the thing that you just realized that is that's the truth. That's the reality on the street. And now you gave us a hardship. we were grumbling with it and then trying to see how we can manage to adapt ourselves to it. And just before we are able to get, we are able to get the proper way and method or way to get adapted to it, you are bringing another one, which means it's either we abandon what we are trying to figure out before and then begin to work with the new one or whatever, and then it continues like that. But now what I'm saying per se is as somebody that you and I are better than many people, not because we have money or we have anything, but because we have information, and simply because we have clue, we understand how things run right now. Now, I think what government needs to do is usually people will say, give us palliative or do this or do that. But I am a kind of a person that believes if you want to do something, you want to change things, now you can go holistic about it. And going holistic about it is looking at, okay, what are the metrics, what are the variables? That if I change this, what is going to affect? If I change it, what is it going to affect? Now, but when you get to that point, and you begin to say, like a rat biting you, and then putting the breeze there so that you don't feel it. But definitely you will definitely do it. You definitely feel it. But I think what this government is doing now, though it appears slow, is that it appears as if they are not feeling the brunt. They are not feeling what the people are feeling out there, and it looks a little bit unfortunate. But I think government should begin to talk more. Let us know, because some of this thing like increment in petroleum, this thing now, prices of petroleum program. This is not a government thing. Don't forget that NNPC is now a limited liability company. That their side, it's a company now that is running to make profit. It's not as when it was NNPC, that is being run by government. So now the shenanigans of the people there, don't forget, most of them have not been changed. And because, maybe a new administration is there now, they are getting shortchanged. Because what accrued to them illegally before now will have reduced. And of course, they want to look for which other means of increasing their listing. I think this is where government needs to step in. Like electricity tariff, when it was being proposed that it will increase and all that, it wasn't with discussion with government and all that. And why do you want to increase what we pay for darkness? Because it's like paying for darkness. Because sometimes they said sometimes they tell us they're going to give us 18 hours supply per day and all that, and then I can't remember. I'm not sure I can remember the last time I have 12 hours power supply. And yet we pay for it.
And unfortunately, Nigerians can't even afford to buy petrol to fill the generating sets now.
Of course, where will you get petrol now?
For how long do we have to be patient? Now, let me read. Let me just, as we wrap up, I have two comments from the dailies, some dailies today, from Nigerians. One saying, this one is coming from Ondo State. He said, "We didn't elect Tinubu to kill us after 8 years of Buhari's suffering." And another one says, the major prayer for Nigerians now is to pray that we will not have cause to praise the immediate past president, Muhammadu Buhari. Look at the way it's tilting now. Just few months into the new administration, and people are beginning to groan even more than what they were expecting.
Okay. Let's talk about the outrageousness of the increment, the minimum wage increment to 200,000 naira. I don't know. It sounds reasonable to me, laughable to me, because you increase a salary from 30,000 naira to 200,000 naira, which of course some states are not even ready to pay yet, or they have never started to pay yet, and then you want to increase it because of all of these things going on. Sir, in just a few words.
You see, even if the minimum wage is increased to 500,000 naira today, I am telling you, in another 2 months, workers will want to prefer that they remain on 30,000 naira minimum wage. Because just 2 days ago, we were told that the inflation rate is now 22.7, 22.7%. So, and salary had not been increased
at all.
And the moment it is in the airwaves, the salary has been increased. Oh my God! You will understand. You will understand what it means, because the house rent that you pay 200,000 naira
God bless
for
you.
now.
God bless you, sir.
1 week after that, you will get letters from your agent to say, "Look, we have
from your landlord." Yes.
Yes. So I think what government needs to do is look at what are the metrics, what are the foundation, what are the basic things that needed to be addressed now. Now, I am telling you, if things that needed to be addressed, if they are tended to now, the increment of salary, I don't really think that what they need is a salary increment. Government can adopt an approach to say, okay, every worker, we are going to give you so much for accommodation. We are going to give you so much for transportation. And things, allowances. When you put allowances, you don't make noise about that.
Yes.
But when you talk about you increasing salary, you are endangering the take-home pay
it's going to have a negative ripple effect on the entire.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, because the things that will take it from the workers will be waiting for them even before the first salary is paid.
Definitely.
So I think there is a lot. I want to believe, because they have told us by the CV of the people that the president has put in position now. They appear to us to be technocrats and all that. Let's see what they are able to do.
Okay.
Within the next, in another 1 month.
Okay.
If we are not seeing the result, if we are not seeing the manifestation of their mastery in what the government has, what the president has chosen them to do, then of course we'll begin to make noise. Yeah, we are whalers.
All right.
We are certified whalers. We will continue to whale until things get better.
Okay. Thank you very much, Comrade Olomotosho. It's been a very
Thank
interesting session with you. Wishing you a very wonderful day, sir. Okay, we've been speaking with Comrade Olu Omotosho there, talking about some trending issues in some of today's national dailies, and the most prominent one is the latest hike in the pump price of petrol. Like he said, we should keep our fingers crossed and keep hoping for better days ahead. Do we have
Yeah, we do have comments. We have, traffic update, and we also have, update on the weather as well. In the few minutes that we have, you can as well call in and, lend your own opinion after this commercial, and also the traffic update 0909 88 89 939 and 0912 22 22 939. Or jump on our Facebook page, Solutions 939 FM. You can also tweet at us on Twitter and tell us what's really going on at your area for traffic. We'll be back shortly.
John, what's up? Check your phone. I just send you Momo referral. My mama don't run that one for me since now. Me say for the find who I go refer, make a quick hammer my million.
Hey! You too fit be one of the 12 millionaires for the Momo Refer and Win promo. To win, dial star 671 hash to sharply open your Momo account and select option 6 to refer family and friends them. After that, make sure say them open Momo account and use them recharge airtime or data at least 100 naira. Chicken, the more people where you refer, the more you go win. If you not see out of 12 million naira every week, you fit chop out of 25 million naira.
Momo Refer and Win promo. The more you refer, the more you win. Promo go run from June 15 till August 9, 2023. Terms and conditions they shall.
Mommy!
Yes, daughter?
Why is it that almost everyone in my school comes with Sumal candies and biscuits? I just want to know.
Yes, darling. It's because Sumal food is amazing and simply the best.
Yes, mommy. Even the Sumal wafers and the chewing gum that you've always given to us are extremely delicious and captivating.
Hello, everyone. Here's your bread. Of course, it's yellow bread.
Wow! Thanks, my dear. We always enjoy Jolly bread. For your biscuits, wafers, candies, chewing gum, and bread.
Small foods, love at first bite.
Small foods, love at first bite.
It's time for traffic update. Update from our roads, streets, and environs.
From Ayomide at Ayomi3 Ayebusi. She says hashtag solutions 939 FM, hashtag traffic update, hashtag Molete. There is free flow of traffic, cars, and they're moving free. Also, thanks to Josh Wealth, who says there is free flow of traffic across a move, free to move, sent a picture, attachment of picture there, also from Molete. Thank you very much for your own update. And to our Facebook page, we have a message here from Sulaiman Sharif.
Sulaiman Sharif says the sudden decision to increase petrol pump price is an overkill. Before inauguration, the same Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu who spoke in a parable like when the ex-president Buhari was there. Let the poor Nigerians breathe. Don't suffocate them. Now in charge, the president of Nigeria, the hardship is unbearable. Our government has the responsibility to bring succor to human life. I don't understand why the Dangote refinery that was built to start production in July is yet to take off. Okay, I think I lost that. Okay, it's yet to take off. Okay, we don't pray for renewed shege. We actually voted for renewed hope, not renewed shege. Okay, yeah, that's coming from Sulaiman Sharif on our Facebook page. I mean, just like Comrade Motoshaw said, we just need to keep our fingers crossed and keep praying and hoping that things will get better, because like I said, this is not the right time. It's not so good time for Nigerians. I mean, being a Nigerian today, like I said earlier on, you deserve a great award. And what really baffles me is this is a country that is blessed with crude oil. I mean, we are one of the largest producers of crude oil in Africa, and we are the ones going through this pains to have access to the commodity that God has blessed us with in abundance. I mean, it's a very pitiable situation. But on this note, we'd like to, are we taking because I was almost wrapping up.
Don't worry, the weather is going to be favorable to everybody today.
Favorable in what sense? You know, it's a public holiday actually, so I think,
there is no big deal if you're on
holiday.
You're on holiday, you're at home, you enjoy yourself.
Lucky.
You're
so
lucky.
Whether it rains all day or
not, just enjoy yourself on your bed, having fun. Because majorly what I see is just mostly cloudy weather, and it's just going to be okay for everybody. Well, my mind is still saying, God bills to pay, many bills to pay. Definitely got so many bills to pay, but hey,
many bills to
pay.
Many bills to pay.
In as much as there are lots of bills to pay,
you know, in those days,
it
used to be when it's about bills. People used to feel okay, it's only men that pay bills. But
oh my God, now it's ladies now are paying bills.
Women pay
bills as well. But at the same time, even if you have a lot, do not get depressed. Make sure that you find yourself something that makes you happy. The internet is there. Okay. You can go to Facebook at any time. You see something that will just make you laugh and forget anything.
And if you have, if NEPA decides to show you love today, I say congrats to you
for staying at home.
So at least your staying at home won't be boring. And if you don't have light, well, I pray that God provides money for you to
get petrol,
to be able to afford petrol.
And if you cannot afford petrol,
to fuel your gen,
your phones are there. Just know that you can watch films to a point. And make sure that you don't allow your phone to get drained.
And the battery goes low.
So that it will not go low for transaction. We all know that we are in this together. We are in this together. God bless Nigeria. Just make yourself happy no matter what. My name is Favor Olorotola.
And my name is Adedamola Lavenwa, a proud Nigerian, and I will always be a proud
So we've
Nigerian.
already asked you, Favor, do you have plugs to get our said? We are going together, don't worry.
Good morning.